Hello, Diargos here. Welcome back to my Factorio series, The Manhattan Project. So unfortunately, the last episode I recorded did not save correctly. OBS crashed at the end when I told it to stop recording. So we've got about 20 minutes of stuff that we missed since the last episode, plus some stuff that I did in between episodes. Fortunately, I didn't do anything extra over here except hook this stuff up. So I'm now producing the centrifuges, but I haven't added anything else yet. What I did was come over here, and first I finished filling in a lot of this stuff off camera, and that really took most of the time. But I also set up a logistics network with radar in the center, and they're laying down concrete automatically. So I have a blueprint for that right here. Oh, nope, that's not the right one. Oh yeah, I did. All right, I made this blueprint off of one. You can see there's two light poles on the right and the bottom. That way that whenever I put it down, they'll connect to the center, right? And what I'm doing is I was waiting for these to finish putting down the concrete so I can blueprint this one, kind of like I did with the super arrays, and then I'll use that to plunk this down. I put down a whole lot of roboports for my construction bots. I also added, I think, about 1,000 construction bots. It's around 3,500 now. So when this was going, when this was not done yet, it's mostly done, the bots were really congregating around these roboports. But I am pretty pleased with this. Some people are against having bots place concrete. I don't know why. It works pretty well for me, I guess. There is like one right here that's still waiting, this guy, all right. But I was able to do other things. Looks like I need some power here. I also, these were steel chests, and I upgraded them to provider chests. So looks like they're already running low on concrete a little bit. Maybe not too bad. Yeah. But what I'm going to do, I think, is in this episode continue with the nuclear power plant production and also start laying down some more concrete slabs once this finishes. And I think it is nearly done. So just to point out these right here, these, you can see there's 8 of them, right? 2 in each corner. They mark the boundaries outside of the original logistics zone, right? So if it was just a short report, all of these chests would not be in the logistics zone, the orange part, and it would end right here on these squares in this corner. And that helped me line stuff up later when I didn't necessarily have power or something like that. It was kind of hard to tell where to blueprint, right? So that's why those are there, and we'll pick those up pretty soon. Okay, so I think I can actually, I was just there. I think it's done. It looks pretty done. So I'm gonna blueprint this off, and we'll lay down another one. I need to get, okay, so should be like that. And what you want to do is make sure you click on tiles, and that will add in all of the concrete tiles. We also want to make sure we're not putting in anything extra, so we don't want that power pole, and we don't want the storage chest. We should have 9 roboports, which we do. We have 1 radar in the middle. We have lights for every big power pole, 27 big electric poles, and look at that, 22,000 concrete. It's interesting. Okay, and so for this icon, since I'm going to keep this, I think I'm going to change this to, I don't need a power pole there, I'll change it to concrete. Okay. And there we go. Now we've got this, and we can plunk this down like we do with the super arrays. And my Oak Ridge facility, which is what I'm calling this whole new third base here, this area here, will have a continuous logistics network that I can build around, and we'll have concrete covering everything, so it'll be quite nice. All right, so let's line this up. I think that's right. A problem there. Let me look down here. Is there anything down here? No. Okay. I see there's like one radar there, but that's fine to have extra stuff in here. I just want to make sure that everything I put down will get put down. All right, let's click this. Okay, and now we can kind of observe the construction bots at a time. Looks like they mostly haven't started yet. That should go down to about 0, I would imagine, because there's 20,000 concrete, right? So they're gonna all go. And I think what's the reason why it hasn't gone yet is because they can't place a lot of this stuff until the roboports get put down, but not entirely sure. So I guess they're slowly ramping up. We'll let them do that, and we'll check in in a minute. Okay, so for now, we need to look at the rest of nuclear power stuff, right? So we've got the centrifuges, and I also remember I brought concrete in also because I want to make the nuclear reactors here, and they're going to use steel, red circuits, copper, and concrete. So everything here but this iron. Oh, and also while I've been putting in landfill and stuff, I've researched a lot of technology. So we've been pulling on that, getting to the point where we only have the infinite technologies left pretty soon. Okay, so let's pull up some copper. And there's something I pointed out in the last episode that I think is worth mentioning since it didn't get recorded. And that is when I decided up here, I knew I had 4 things to pull up, right? And I knew I was going to put steel and red circuits on this side. I decided to put steel on the outside of this column and red circuits on the inside because steel is above red circuits. And so if something is below in the bus, right, when they come up on the right side, it's better if they're on the right side, because if they were on the left side of steel, you'd have to do some squiggly action because of stuff like this, right? In this case, they'd have to go probably like around here or something and come up through here. It'd be kind of a pain in the butt, right? Because of the splitter here. So you want stuff on the bus that's above other stuff. Okay, something's on the bus that's above, you want it on the outside of the column, if that makes sense. So if I was doing iron on the side, iron would be on the outside, then steel, then copper, and then red circuits would always be on the inside because they're at the very bottom. And that's kind of, that's true, but reversed on this side, outside and inside. It's left or right, really, right? And of course, if you have your bus going up and down, is slightly different as well. But that kind of logic will hold true regardless. So here we have a problem, right? Because we have copper below steel, so steel should be on the outside, but copper needs to come up something like here because we're not using it until we get to the nuclear reactor. So that's fine because I'm not even gonna put it right next to it. I'm gonna put it 1 over. In fact, I might even put it 2 over just to give me some space to play with if I need. Okay, so we'll do like that. And we can hook it up. I think it was right there. Nope, 1 more over. All right. And all right, I just want to make sure that was the live line. I think this line is not hooked up to anything right now. Is that true? I think that's true for iron, I think, right? Or no, it's copper. Yeah, so this line's not hooked up to anything right now. So I would be able to take off of it, but it would get used up pretty quickly. All right, so we'll just plug that in. All right, that's to rebalance the belt a bit. Okay, so for the reactors, we have everything we need. So do these take 4 seconds. So that'll go pretty quickly. It just needs to be filled in with a lot of stuff. 500 advanced circuits, pretty expensive. 500 of everything, but Okay, so how to do this? We might want to actually pull this up a bit. Let's see. I know that I want copper like on this side, right? So I can do an underground and come over here and just bypass that that iron, right? And if I need iron again, I can pull it out on the inside and then kind of loop it back in again. That's why I'm leaving a little bit of extra space here to do all this finagling. Okay, I think that's how I want to do it. That'll make it flexible later on. Okay, so yeah, let's just put it right there. And we've got the nuclear reactor. Let's see, we need 500 steel and 500 concrete. So we're using 2 long-handed just to make it go a little faster. And then stack inserters on the inside. And here, because we have the 2 gear wheels on either side, we had to do a little work around like this so that it had an output, right? But up here we can do just something more mundane like that. Okay, and then we can start feeding that up. I think we don't need concrete past that point. All right, so this is not gonna go quickly. It's not gonna go in 4 seconds because it takes so long to fill this up. I wonder what is the absolute maximum speed that you could get this at. Can you get this to where? I think if I manually put in supply, like if I had 500 concrete and I just clicked it like that and it just all went in at once, then I could do it and I could click all 4 ingredients. Then you could do it in 4 seconds or less than 4 seconds if you had speed modules and stuff. But, you know, apart from putting stuff in manually, you could have chests. You have 4 items, you have 4 sides, but you don't have a way to get stuff out. But you could have 3 stack inserters on either side, right? With chests. And maybe like you could be manually grabbing it out. I don't know. I don't know if that would probably get it down to 4 seconds. Because these filled up pretty quickly. Copper, so the stuff on the inside is filling up pretty quickly. Well, alright, we've got our first reactor. Let's take a look at it. Right here, we can also look at a centrifuge. Pretty cool looking. So there's the heat. You can see those flames are the heat pipes, right? The heat exchangers. And here we've got, this is, I guess, like an assembler where you can select what you want. Maybe like a chemical plant is a better analogy. But this has got uranium processing for uranium 235, which is the light green, and then uranium 238, which is the dark green. And it takes 10 uranium ore. So this is like where you do your basic processing for mining, your first step, right? Here you can do nuclear fuel reprocessing, where you put in the used up uranium fuel cells, and you get back some uranium 238, I believe. Yeah, so right there you get, this is the Covarex enrichment process, where you get 41 235s and only a couple of your... It doesn't make sense. So you put in 40... Oh, okay, so you get you get 1 extra uranium 235, and you lose 3 uranium 238s. And it takes 50 seconds. It's pretty interesting. Okay. I'm confused. I'm a little confused about which of the uraniums are the better ones. I guess this one is. I guess it's 238 you want to refine down to 235. I'm always get those backwards. Okay, so wonder fuel value 8 gigajoules. Dang. Okay. It does take 1 uranium 235 though, and 19 238. So yeah, uranium 235 is definitely the, I guess the better one, or maybe the more rare one. All right. Yeah, so this is kind of what I was afraid of. We've got two things over here taking like a bazillion advanced circuits, right? So we are definitely definitely draining the swamp here of our stuff. And in fact, we might want to consider turning this off. We've got that one filled up, so it's not putting any more over here. I think for now I will limit these to 1 row. And that one to just 1. Okay, so this will finish up soon. These are really nice to have because of the power savings you get, but I mean, this is pretty easy, so I'm not too worried about the power right now. Okay, what else? What else to get? So you can see here are all the infinite techs that I can't research yet because I don't have rockets. So we'll finish these up, and then we'll kind of be done with science until we want to do the infinite stuff. You can see another problem that I'm having right now is, I can kind of just show this. This lower bit of copper is really pathetic because if you look here, right, we are already low on, it's already depleted the a lot of the mines in this area. So I mean, these are still, there's still some core ones going strong, but there's a lot that we've lost out. So we've lost miners and it's no longer a full belt. So we need to kind of fix that. And I think that's because, you know, it feels to me like this system with logistics spots goes faster, but it could also be the fact that we're just draining that line more than the other ones, so it's not backed up ever. I don't know. Okay, let's get back to this for now. I mean, we'll let this run here and there. Hook these up. We also don't want, for now, we don't necessarily want too many. We want to kind of get started and then we can scale up, right? So we'll put 1 stack each. Do I have a radar down here? I don't think I do. I'm gonna put a radar. There's a radar right there. Put a radar right here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so for the next stuff that I need the heat exchangers, which requires iron, and then steel and copper. So we'll do the pipes first, I think, because the pipes just take steel and copper, which I have right here, and then we'll pull up iron again up here. All right, so let's do the heat. And copper, the steel and the copper, and put you right next to the reactors. I mean, this part's pretty easy once you've got everything already here, right? So, okay, so for here, we want pull that through. Oops, there we go. And we can do a little something like this. All right. And then we need copper, I think, as well. So here's the heat exchange. Oh, we need pipes. Okay, so let's, that's right. Let's make this a pipe. you don't have to go all the way up for that. We do need copper. And we'll leave one space here for the inserter. There we go. And we'll output right there. Okay, so you are the heat exchanger, steel, copper, pipes. Okay. Looks like that will be made soon. This one's getting made. Lots of pipes. I don't know. Let's just make like 3 stacks. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need yet. That'll be the next episode where we start assembling this. We're going to assemble it, but we're not going to have it permanently placed because we're going to put all of our nuclear stuff over here in Oak Ridge. So let's check in real quick and see how this is doing. So here's the center one. It still hasn't placed these roboports yet. Don't know why not. Feel like it should place those first. It's not a big deal because it's got so much concrete to fill in here, right? But that's pretty cool. Look, you can kind of tell that they placed these roboports first, filled in most of this concrete, and these got placed in, filled in most of this concrete, and now they're filling in this concrete, and eventually somebody said, there we got one, and now they'll start filling in these. It's like they're kind of going down layer by layer. It's they're where the queue works. Pretty cool. So I kind of like the system. I think I might need more concrete, and I'm not sure that. Let me check up here. I love the new map settings that you can zoom in and just check on stuff. So that's 4.7, 1.6, less than 1,000. Yeah, this is like 1,000 there. 4.7. So these are healthier, but still not. Remember, it's 22,000, right? So just 4,000, 4,000, 2,000, 2,000 total, right? That's not going to be enough. They already have half down, but if I wanted to do the next one again, even though these are at speed module four, level 3 speed modules and then level 3 inserters or assemblers, I think I probably want to update these inserters too. If I'm going to do that, does it make sense to have them? So let me run up there in between episodes, give it some power and stuff. Oh, before we go, let's look at this. We'll do 2 stacks. So there's what it looks like a boiler with a flame on it, and this one, can get it. Looks like something like a thin pipe, I guess. Very thin pipe. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for watching, and in the next episode we'll be building some nuclear power designs, I guess, and making some blueprints. So we'll see you in the next episode.